Welcome to my podcast program show, Real Talk with Lequita Taylor now. For what he's doing, I thank God for our followers and just following and sharing this chapter with me. I'm really excited and things are coming together. Well, you are my guest this evening. I've known this young man before he was even born. I thank God for him. It's my son, Michael D. Lee. Um, we we argue like sisters and brothers. We're very close, but we have stories. We just want to talk about working as a mother and son team in the funeral business. Not only is just his mother, but he's our general manager at Taylor Funeral Home, and we just thank God for him. A lot of people they think Michael's really quiet and shy, but that's not true. He can what he wants to be. But tonight it's gonna be real talk with Lequita Taylor and Michael Deshaun Lee. So we're ready. So Michael Deshaun, we're so happy. I'm already tickled down because I know how we are. Good evening. I'm just excited. You're here. This is your chance. You're going to be able to talk. You always lying on your mama about services, but you want to be real, so we're going to be real. We're going to tell some funny stories. Some things he may make y'all roll laughing. Some he will exaggerate because he's been waiting for this time.
It's all real talk.
So I think if you're ready, kind of tell a little bit about yourself as who you are.
Yeah, so first of all, welcome. Thank you for having me as a guest. 45 years old, a Denver native, graduated from South High School. Love all kind of activities. Just having fun, enjoying life. So that's pretty much just a little basic history about me. I have a little bad 4-year-old poodle. My mom's granddog Winston, so he's always on camera. I think he's been on camera more than me. But pretty much just living life and enjoying and making the best of it.
That's true. And we're like I said, we're going to talk about stories. Some people, you think, okay, my son or my daughter is going to be right here in the business. Some people don't even want to be part of the business. I hear a lot of that where they started and you're hoping, okay, even in the funeral business, you have a lot of people where you think they've learned it, they've been around it, but it's something that they don't want to do. And so we've learned to, I kind of let Michael, when we first started, my husband and I, Michael Taylor, we wanted him to have the opportunity, not just because we had a funeral home, but we wanted him to get the gist of working. Michael has worked at a hotel, he worked at a bank, he's worked at ADT, there's different things because I wanted him when he came on board, he knew the ethnic of truly working. And if you don't do the job, then, see you later, boy, bye. But, he has really accomplished a lot. We're proud of him. He is really becoming a true manager doing what he can do. When he speaks, the crew listens. So, and I listen when I need to, and I listen if I want to. But, he's doing good. He's doing good. So, Michael, just kind of tell how, I don't know how, this is just coming from the heart from both of us, because we truly have a history of what we do. So, I kind of want to let you talk and feel, and I'll piggyback on, or however we want to do it.
Okay, so just a little breakdown of the history. My mom, she's been doing it since the funeral business since I was like 2 years old. So I've always kind of been around it. When she worked at Caldwell, I would kind of go up there a little here and there. And then she went to Pipkin. And it wasn't until pretty much I got in high school that I kind of wanted to start going up to the funeral home every day. And it was just fun to go up there, hang out. Mr. Braswell, Mark, Grandma Shirley, all the old crew, all those.
Sherry Pipkin,
everybody, Tanya, Greg, Terry, everybody, because they all been
Joe
doing
Spiller.
So when I would go up there, it would just be like the fun little spot to hang out. Well, I never really thought about doing the funeral work, but I know my mom had been doing it for so long. I said, well, you never know. So as I got older and started venturing out on my own, doing the bank and the hotel and different things like that, other odd jobs, I wanted to be a part of the funeral home. And during that time, that's when God had blessed my parents to start their own. And they was like, well, no, you need to go on and kind of do your own little thing. And the funeral home will always be here. You just go on and venture out and do what you want to do and kind of find your way. So I was like, okay, cool. But at the same time, I was little disappointed because I knew that I wanted to take part. Well, went on out, did my own little thing, whatever, and they had a gentleman working for them at the time, Cousin Leewood. And he was doing some running around, working as a funeral director. His wife took ill. And so he had to take some time off of work. So when he took the time off of work, that's when Dad and you had kind of said, well, Michael, what you think about coming in, doing a little bit of running here and there, you know what I'm saying, as we try to get this business going, what you feel about that? So I was like, well, I might can come in and, help out, whatever. And pretty much I did, and been with y'all since full time doing this, because I wanted to be a barber. Or my main goal when I graduated high school, I wanted to become a pediatrician. I love kids. I want to be a doctor or something like that. I never in a million years thought I would be working in a funeral home. But I've been doing this full time since October the 2nd, 2006. So that's almost 20 years that I've been doing this full time. And during that time, I've seen so much. And a lot of friends I done had to bury due to this business. But it's all a part of life. And I can say dealing with death, it has taught me to appreciate life a lot more than what I did before I came into this industry the way I have.
Right, man. Can tell me, for you being in the funeral, a lot of people are scared of funerals. A lot of people are intimidated. Lord, some people won't even come in view. They'll wait until the casket's closed, or some people just won't even come. You've been around it 20 years. You've seen a lot of your friends, family, and everything like that. Being a young man getting into the funeral business and dealing with all walks of life and the traumatic of death and the different things, when you first started and when did you finally feel like, okay, I can do this, even though you were sad sometimes, even though different things you reminisce and the ones you grew up with, they've been killed. And so how was that your first couple of times? When did you feel like, I'm going to feel it right there, I'm here to do this?
It's hard to say. I mean, if you want to go back, I have some friends that kind of lost like right in the beginning of me coming into the business full time, some close friends that just died, one from a car accident, one from murder. So it was kind of frustrating as well as difficult trying to cope with all that emotions and then trying to still be a funeral director but still hurting as a friend. So pretty much I was like, God, if this is meant for me to do this, then I pray that you give me the desire to get over the fear of having to be more emotional than more, I guess you could say, companion to someone, being there and being passionate for someone. And so that's kind of where I just got over my fear. And then just watching you, how you did it for so long, you know, for that compassion heart and that caring spirit and that loving spirit. And, you know, death has no age on it anymore.
No.
There's no like dress rehearsal. So once somebody passes away, they need that confident spirit to maybe at least try to push on and move further. And I'm watching you do that, and how families just love and they just, oh, Mrs. Taylor has that same compassion. She just cares so much for us, and she's really helping us. And it's not just like you just have particular families that you do that with.
No.
You do that with all your families. So that's the development that kind of helped me. Like, Michael, maybe you should start trying to follow your mom's footsteps in your own way, but at the same time, show that people are hurting and you're there for them, whatever you can do. No, you can't take away the pain that they lost that of their loved one, but you can do something to kind of help ease the pain that they can help process it. So that's kind of how I look at it.
I used to, when I was in the beginning, people used to always ask me, did I ever take the stories of death, did I ever take it home with me? I remember when I first got into it, I was working at Kirk. And I remember, it was Kirk at the time, it wasn't Caldwell. And I remember having a funeral, and this lady was a friend of my mother. She had 3 girls. I guess we all kind of grew up, I didn't realize it. And this lady had died of cancer. And I remember going, we were taking care, it was so sad, because back then it just seemed like it was just so much grief. And they were grieving so hard for their mother. She had cervical cancer. I'll never forget this. And they were just grieving, oh mama, oh mama. And I didn't know how deep it went with me until about a week later. I went home and I had a dream. And in that dream, I dreamed I could hear me crying. I could hear my family. They were like grieving because they had been informed that I was going to die. And in the midst of that, I was like, whoa, and it was a dream. And I dreamed I had cervical cancer. I remember feeling myself and me, oh Lord, when I woke up, I was like, oh my God, because it was so real. It really stressed me out because I was like, whoa, the same thing that they were going through that I seen, it was with me. I felt I'd had that dream that I had cervical cancer. I was getting ready to die, and I was married to your dad at that time, and I woke up and scared him. And I knew at that time, I said, I cannot bring this home with me because it will drive you crazy. I remember my mother and them in Louisiana, my grandmother used to always say, a lot of those funeral directors, they call them morticians or undertakers. I said, sometime the way that they would do things, and a lot of them lost their mind. They went to drinking, and they didn't have drugs. Well, they may have had something, I don't know. But they was,
real.
yeah, but they would be drinking, and they just be tormented of everything that they seen. And a lot of them went crazy. And so when you think about the things, the horrific accidents, the death, the sorrow, I've seen where I always said it, just like I said on Mother's Day, you have to appreciate your mother, your father, because when they're gone, you didn't have the chance to say it. There's nothing else that you could do. So I just wanted to know if you've had a case where you had to say, whoa, God, I can't keep this. Still being loving, still being doing what you do. Yeah. When that happened, when did you have a time where it's like, I can't do this, I can't take this home, or I won't live because I'm tripping on everybody that's dying? Because you hear the most saddest stories. People don't know. When you're dealing in that death industry, it's no joke. And so, have you ever had one that it was just so emotional where you was like, I can't do this, I'm here, but I got to leave it here, and then when I come back, pray for them, but then what happens now?
It's been a couple of cases like that. Now that you mention that, and like being young and growing up, you all used to say somebody dies every day. And growing up little, young, you like, can't nobody be dying every day. Somebody's dying every day. And then it wasn't until I got into like middle school and coming up to Pipkin and different things like that, I would kind of see, okay, a lot of people were getting killed, a lot of people dying from natural causes, just people dying. But I still didn't get the trigger that somebody was dying every day. But it wasn't until I started this, you all started this business in 2003, and I came along and seen that somebody dies every day. And I think like you said, with the going home, it was just certain cases that I would see, like little babies. Those affect me. Those make me sad. Those make me hurt. And then sometimes you get into a depression mode where you're just so busy tripping on what you've seen, you don't know how to react. So that's something that you just try to leave. So that goes back to basically when I opened up. That's why I try to live life. So when I leave work, I try to leave that side at home.
You sure do.
I don't
have
like
to call you 20 times.
I don't like to
leave,
bring that home, because then I'll find myself, and then that can get you down where you're just sad and depressed. And I told myself, I said, if I ever get where I'm kind of like immune to this, where I have no feeling, then it's time for me to leave it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have that like that. So I just try to, like I said, just enjoy life. But when I'm at work, I try to make sure that I can do all I can to ease the pain and make it as comfortable for the family as I can, or as I was taught to be.
And some of this is going to be funny. We're going to get out of the sad part, but with Michael growing up, he's tall, about 6'2", and he dresses and this, that, and the other. And how does it feel where, I know if they're watching, they're going to roll. How does it feel for women that watched you as a child? They watched you grow up, you was a cute little boy. Now you're grown, and now they be, girl, your son, no, he fine. Do he want a
cougar?
Do you want a cougar? And and I'm laughing because he was just a little boy.
Yeah.
One lady told, she used to sell candy, said, baby, tell your story now, what she told you about selling candy. You won't never have to work again.
She told me I didn't have to.
Don't whisper, tell her now.
She told me I didn't have to work. She said, baby, I'll take care of you.
Oh.
Now, this is somebody that's been knowing me since I was little.
I
First of
know.
all, so you've been watching me since I was a little boy like that, and now all of a sudden I done got old enough and mature. Now you like,
why not?
Hey,
they won't go to jail because you're a
yeah,
grown
but
man
I mean,
now.
well, I mean, you know. But yeah, the Cougars, yeah, the old women, they out. They out and they looking for some young meat, tenderonies, whatever, old school brothers.
Did you say meat? We are on podcast.
Well, young, sorry, well, I'm just
Well, God be real now.
But I mean, yeah, real talk. But yeah, they looking for that young, they looking for young stuff. So yeah, but but they're cool though. A lot of them I have respect for.
Go and tell on podcast. Hey, you had a cougar yet?
No, I had no cougar.
You don't want one? You don't know. They may take care of you. Leave me from the funeral
I get that
home.
Social Security check.
Shut up, boy. You ought to be shaming yourself.
Hey,
Okay.
Well, you want to be on this show now, so let's keep it real. But but I do respect my older people. I love older people, or whatever. But yeah, there's some crazy older ones out there.
I heard that.
Yeah.
They better leave. Listen, y'all better leave my child alone now. He don't want no old woman now. You need to sit
you
down.
ain't going for that no way.
That show ain't.
You ain't going for that.
You ain't have nobody. She's 60 years old. Talking about I take care of you. You get 20. Sit down.
I was in the hospital. You wouldn't even let nobody.
Shut up, lying. Y'all stop it
I was in the
now.
hospital. You did not let no. You said no. I need to know who's coming up there. I'm the only one on the list. But that was during COVID too, so I can understand that. You had to whatever. But yeah, you don't care about your son. That's for sure.
Okay, mama shouldn't, and daddy shouldn't with them girls, honey, because there's some scavengers out here.
Yeah.
And they be working people's mind and stuff and all that. Well, I ain't gonna let no woman work your mind. Listen, love you dearly, but I'm looking out because these some scavengers out here, child. I mean, I see them, they watch him. Ooh, that boy showed up, grew up to be fine. When that woman said, I'll sell candy for you, you just sit at home. I said, ooh, wee.
And I wasn't even 45.
No.
I was like 30 then.
Yeah. They out there.
May she rest in peace, because I think she passed on. Rest in peace.
She didn't get to do the candy.
No, I didn't get to. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So anyway, that's one. And then tell about the time we had those funerals. And these women, I'm telling you, some of these women, they are a trip. And I'm dead. I just see it. I just laugh, child, because I know being in it so long. But we had those few. We drive our limousines. We have the men get in there and taking all this work. They know. They pull up to the house. The women see them in their nice suits and ties. They get ready. Okay, they open up the car door, and women will literally open up. They'll wait on the car door, and they'll get in that car, and they will spread their legs. Let's be real. Show their panties and everything. Now, I seen it one time. I want to tell you, little nasty heifer, if you don't close your, this is from my directors and all that. Let's be real now. There's a time and a place. You don't be sitting up getting in. You supposed to be in the limousine. Y'all know there's a whole lot of them out there. You supposed to be grieving. You see some good looking men. You ready? Oh, wait, I can't get in. And they move and they way. And Michael the Shaw would just laugh. And some of my other directors, and my husband, he get them old hoochies. They would be walking by. Michael looked, he was working at Pipkin at that time, and I knew. I said, soon as I see someone, all these women, they had chests out and everything, all they just be walking. Michael be at the casket, and he see him. He'd look over there, and he'd be looking up to the heels. He wouldn't look, or he'd look to the side. Like, ooh-wee. And I said, Michael, did you see that woman? No, I didn't see that woman. Yeah, I did. Wasn't she in the white, had the chest out? I said, you dirty dog. So, but you have to make fun. I mean, a lot of times what people happen when you're so jealous, men are going to look. Women are going to look. I see Hercules, I'm going to look, but I'm going home to Michael Taylor. Michael look all the time, child, but he going home. But I'm saying that we just have to have some fun. Don't get disrespectful and different things like that. But in the funeral business now, and we make it look so easy. Funeral home just like, okay, you think it's just walking down the aisle and it's okay. There's a lot involved with business, taxes and the different things. So it goes way beyond than just walking down an aisle. And it goes when you have compassion. I've been to some funerals, there's no love. There's none. And like I said before, families need to be taken care of. Families are like China. I can't speak on that enough. So we as funeral directors, like I said, if you have that passion, and if you want to start, God will not give you a vision without provision. And what you have to realize, it's not going to come overnight. You have to crawl before you can walk. You may look at somebody and say, oh, they got it going on. and you holding on for 1 or 2 years, and it never seems to come because you don't know. You stepped away, and your blessing might have been right around the corner, but you didn't want to wait. No patience. I got to have my money fast, and that's one thing about I see with men. No offense, but men want their money fast, you know. And in the process of that, sometimes you lose, and it's the quickest way. And so we just have to stay focused and know what we're doing. And so I just thank God for what He has given us. I thank God for the 44 years, and now on our own going 23. But there's so many different stories. So now we're going to go into, there's some things. We're going to talk about some services that we thought about that we'll never forget. So you ready to be funny? Me and Michael argue all the time. I tell Michael when I'm at work, I'm not your mother. I'm not your mom. Because you do your job, and then we, at the end of the day, when we out and about, well, we kick it. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, Mike, what we gonna do? Oh, but when we hit that mortuary and that slick mouth is on and cracking. I tell him I'm not your mama today, boy. I ain't playing. And he knows when I done got stressed, let me leave you alone. You tripping. You sure know.
Now you say you're not my mom when we at work, so then that means when we not at work, I can talk to you like you my boss.
You don't talk to your boss any kind of way because you
can
get fired.
No, I'm not saying any kind of way, but at the same time, something like, it's hard, y'all, just to be 100, it's hard working for your parents. I mean, had I knew this was going to be like this 20 years ago, I would have said,
she laughed.
Lord,
her and her mama.
I can't. But you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be there because, you know, my mom and dad, I want to be there, do what I can. But, baby, let me tell y'all, man, it's hard. I'm just like a floater. And they rely on me for so much, which I thank God for that because, you know, you have some kids that work for your parents, they don't trust you, whatever. They trust me with a lot. But, man, do they put a lot on me. I'm like that Michael Jackson son. My mama got me working day and night. I don't get no break, no.
You are not. You ought to stop lying. You go on cruising. Listen.
Yeah, but I'm getting called on the cruise. Listen, I was in the hospital.
Oh, he ought to stop lying.
I was in the hospital during COVID. Dehydration.
You almost get attacked.
They didn't know if I was gonna make it. Now my mom got on Facebook. She did a sincere prayer. She prayed wanted all the saints to pray for whatever. And do y'all know I was in the hospital? Didn't know if I was coming out, when I was coming out. She said, "You know what? I'm gonna bring your laptop to you up there." I said, "Bring my laptop." She said, "Yeah, I'm gonna bring your laptop up there too. You need to be able to work." Why you? I said, "Mom, but they give me shots. They don't know when I'm gonna be. I ain't feeling good. I'm gonna bring it to keep you occupied, whatever." So she brings the laptop up there. I got it to the side of the bed. They got a funeral going on one of the days that I'm in the hospital. The day of the service, y'all, I ain't lying. I put this on God. The day of the service, she called up to the hospital room and said, "Michael Shine, you got that live stream going." Now, I'm sick, y'all. I just told y'all I'm sick. That's why she brought the laptop, man. That's what I'm saying. Working for your parents, it's a lot. It's a lot. I wouldn't change it for the world, but man.
Okay, so let me say this. Michael was sick. He was really sick. That was COVID. No, I brought the laptop, but you need to stop lying now. Okay, so I brought the laptop because first of all, he was in the hospital 5 days. They didn't know the first they thought he had COVID. That was when COVID, it was only one person could come to the hospital. And once you left out, that was it. You couldn't come back. It was really intense. So I would fix him dinner and stuff. So the only people that got to see him was, I seen him 4 days, Mary seen him 1. His auntie, Mary Louise Lee. So she came 1 day. So, you know, it was really stressful. So I would come up, and so Michael looked so pitiful. He was laying in the bed, and you couldn't watch TV. And I know you're on the computer, you like to watch movies and stuff. So I said, well, he's in the bed and stuff. He looking pale, and you know he holding on trying to eat. So I said, well, let me give him his computer so he could just kind of work and watch movies and stuff. I make sure you had that phone though. And so I took that up there, and he's still lying, talking about that I was, because you would, boy, if you was gonna die, I shouldn't have gave you nothing.
If I was to check out of here, my mom would be like, "You make sure you got that desk fit done before you check up out of here. Did you send that program over?" That's how mom do. But I mean, you know, I wouldn't trade it for. I love her dearly, but man, working for
you the manager. When you the manager, you have to have responsibilities. You can handle it. Yeah.
Working for mom is a lot. And then she want me to do everything. It ain't just me. It's the whole staff. She'll tell one person to go get a pen, And before the other person get back with the pen, she done told somebody else go get the pen. And it's just like, we all like, well, who you want to get the pen? Like,
whoever can get it first.
Yeah.
Y'all be taking forever, and I be wanting a pen, and you don't come. And I
No,
said, where is my pen?
You be like, do this, do that, do that, do that. Like 10 things in 5 minutes. She want 10 things done in 5 minutes. And you forget one of them, it's on and cracking. See, Ashley laughing because Ashley knows. That's probably how I'm married and be with her. So she already know I'm telling the truth, and I'm telling the truth, y'all. I really am. That's how my mom is. I love her dearly, but
yeah. Well, what do you think you do? When you sitting up there and I'm thinking you all in the back, and I'm saying, I'm thinking it's been a long day, and I go to check on my, you ain't low key, nothing, you always sleepy. Tell them why you sleepy, why you want to talk, you want to tell on somebody.
So he be back,
you ought to stop lying. He be in that room, then I go to check on him, it's like winding down. This is what he do.
I'm trying to get a break.
Why you lying? You be acting like you sitting up there, yeah, I said, Michael. Lying. Then you want to sit up. You are. Stop telling this tale now.
Listen, y'all.
And don't let him eat. Don't let him eat.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
over.
I'm tired. Too.
He eat. Oh, y'all, I got to. Oh, Lord, I got to rest for about.
I got to take it down.
I got to, yeah.
30 minutes. I just need 30 minutes. That food, it be that food that be sitting like that.
Yeah, okay. Well, you got that sleeping man disease. Sleep and eat and go to sleep. That was right. That was cool. Sleep and eat and go to sleep. That's you.
It be the food that be.
Okay, so I'm tired of you now. Okay, so.
See, now you tired. But you wanted me on the show. I told you.
Because we had a guest. You said you was going to go, but no, I needed you now because something may happen in June. So while we had time, my guest couldn't come this time, so I had you come on. You was bad. You was going to have everybody laughing. So I said, come on, let's do this. So you here. So we're going to make the best of it. Okay, now. Okay, we got some funny stories we're gonna go. Cause people just think, and you come to me, I'm real, I'm not gonna keep you sad. Now, what I've learned though, everybody's different. You have some people where they don't want to talk except for business.
They ain't trying to laugh at all.
You have some people where they may cry, some people may just go into shock or however, but you deal with people accordingly. So it can be different, but over the years I've learned. I've had people, there was only one lady, there was 3 of them, and I was trying to be calm, and I was telling them, it's okay. Oh, they got to clowning. This ain't the place for you to be, it was on. And then I remember Michael coming, oh, I got him, baby, let me talk to him. Boy, Michael got in that office, next thing I know, he had pulled his towel, he was standing on the table. Remember that? He said, y'all better get out of here. Because they was real ignorant. I said, yeah, you thought you was bad, you could have them. There was 3 women, honey. They told Mike, said, oh, no, you ain't going to be in here doing this. So we've had different things, but we've had some stories that we have to laugh about and tell y'all some of things of what goes on. So you do your first story.
So one story, we had a service at the old Heritage. And this family had kind of had a little bit of division in between since the beginning. So the day of the funeral, Mom want to be Dr. Phil. She like, yeah, I'm going to play this song for this family. A Heart That Forgives. I'm going to play it. I said, okay. And she said, then after I play the song, I'm going to have them hug. They going to make up. I said, okay. I said, well, I wouldn't do all of that if I was you. I would just probably do the song. I said, you doing good to even get away with the song. She like, no, I'm going to play the song. I'm going to play the song. They going to make up today. They going to make up today. I said, okay, we're going to see what happens. So they end up doing what they got to do. They call us down and do the little closeout that we normally do. So Mom says, yeah, I want to play this song for the family. So they play the songs. They just kind of listening. They ain't really showing no signs, no emotions, nothing like that. They just listening to the music. So I'm standing up there next to her at the front, and I'm looking to myself like, something about to go down. Something ain't right. This ain't adding up right. So she go ahead on, yeah, okay, amen for the song. So now I want to call the grandkids and the grandmama up. I want them to hug and this and that. Make up, because once after this, all you got is family, God and then family. They come, the grandmother stands up, the grandkids, they come, they hug, they showing love, whatever. So it kind of shocked me a little bit because I didn't think it was going to go like that. But then she goes and says, well, yeah, I want the ex-daughter-in-law to come up and hug. I said, it's about to go sour. She calls her up there, she said, I want to hug. So the grandmother, who was doing good, throughout the whole time of the service, hugging the grandkids and everything. She leans over to Miss Taylor when Miss Taylor says, I want the ex-daughter-in-law to come up, and she said, Miss Taylor.
Talk louder so they can hear you.
Miss Taylor, well, she whispered it, but I'm going to say what she said. Miss Taylor, if you want to see me go to jail, you better not call her up here. So then Miss Taylor said, oh, okay. Well, on behalf of Taylor Funeral Services, we just wanted to say, see, that's what you get, Dr. Phil. I told you to leave that family alone. You trying to make peace? You can't make peace with everybody. And we finding that out, too, dealing with this business. Everybody don't want to get along. Everybody ain't trying to get along for whatever reason or whatever bitterness, jealousy, or because they think somebody got something out the house that they didn't get. Everybody ain't trying to be cool like that. So I tell Mom, let's just do what we do, honor whatever they want, and keep it pushing.
Okay, well, let's talk about the baby kids that we've had over the years. Let's talk about all those kids that you know. You seem to know them all. All the ones, the little baby kids, the one that's going, they're there. Okay, well, they have came into the funeral home, and this one, I'm going to tell this one story. No, I'll tell about the one with the little truck. And I'm doing my closeout, and we're doing it. Thank you for everybody. I want to thank the preacher and all this. Well, this little boy, he had a Tonka truck, and he was riding, and they not saying nothing. Zoom, zoom. No, said zoom. No one said, wait a minute, somebody get the baby. He ain't got no business having the truck on the wall and all that stuff. And when I got through, I said, and on behalf of Taylor Funeral Home, I said, you people need to learn, especially when you're somewhere. I do want to say this. When you're somewhere in a business, you need to get your kids. People, and you can have a big function, everybody over there, but your kids want to bounce off the wall. They jumping on the couch like it's a trampoline. They running, touching glass and tearing up stuff. And you trying to hold them and go sit your tail down. You know that mama taught you to get that in the mouth and go. And you trying to be calm and they letting everybody tear up stuff. And then they wonder why they ain't invited to Big Mama picnic. Because you tearing up and everything like that. So we need to learn. I'm old school. My Sean was a little child.
Yeah, when I was brought up, they didn't play none of that. You get somewhere, you sit down, don't touch nothing, don't even ask for nothing. You sit your tail down, and that's how we was brought up. But this new generation, they on some other stuff, whatever. And these kids, then they don't want you to tell them nothing or whatever, because then they feel something, and they be ready to fight you. But yeah, we have a lot of kids through there that it's uncontainable.
And they getting, and so we had another one where when we first got there, we was trying to serve cookies, and I went to the top of the line. They was eating and they was running around and crumbs all over the floor and stuff. And so my brother-in-law said, "Quita, we gotta watch these cookies. We can't have all this because these kids are making it a mess here." So I said, let's see what I can do. So I said, we grew up under ginger snaps. Ginger snaps don't crumble. So I had my little ginger snaps on the table. I'm getting ready to, let them come in. And they're used to the soft cookies. Yeah, baby, I walked by. He said, cue me. He said, cue me. I don't like this cookie too hard. I said, bingo. I served ginger snaps, I think, for 2 months. Wasn't a crumb in that mortuary. And I said, that's what we going to feed them, ginger snaps. Them little kids didn't like it, did too hard. We didn't have no choice. And we was growing up having ginger snaps, Nabisco, what else, chocolate chip, and the wafers. They had the vanilla, the strawberry, and the chocolate. That's what we ate. And now they got every kind of cookie that you can imagine. But, no, we stopped all that. So there's so many different things that we have went through. There's so many things that sometime, again, you'll never forget. The funeral business can be fun if you have a good team and everybody not looking at each other and who gonna get this and who gonna get that. But when you have a history in doing, but no, any business, not even if it's a funeral business or whatever, you have to, it's work. If you want it to be right and you need it to be successful, you have to work. And so it does get tough. I think funeral business is kind of, it's another level. It's another level. You're dealing with the worst stages of grief. And then you get some that's just so mad. I need to say this. I'm going to talk real talk. I had a lady where her husband had died. Oh, she was planning. She's going to have this big, elaborate funeral for him. She went home and she was looking for paperwork. And she thought everything was together. Cause she said, Miss Taylor, I'm gonna go get my stuff. I'll come back, and I really want to have a nice service for my husband. She went home and she found all kinds of different stuff. Blew his cover. She was devastated. And when she came back to the funeral home, she said, Miss Taylor, all bets are off. I'm going to cremate him. I'm not going to have a service.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to have nothing. Because, and then when you do stuff and then you leave stuff around and you die. I just showed it on a video. A man, he was celebrating his Facebook. He was celebrating 40 years, his 40th birthday. I think he was Nigerian or something. Oh, he just trying to walk all cool. He had his little scarf he's ready to put around his friend or if relatives or something. He went to put it and he had to walk away. 1 minute later, you look at my Facebook, I posted it. That man walked away and he was swinging his cloth. He just swinging kind of like he was trying to get it together. That man dropped dead right there on that floor. People were laughing because they thought at first he was clowning. And that man died right there. So it just goes to show we have to be ready. We don't know. Because death is coming. And so we have to be accountable for what we do. So, you were going to tell another story. We about ready to get down because you're boring. I thought you were going to be fun.
Pretty much. I mean, it's always something. Don't nothing surprise me anymore at the funeral home. It's always something. Every day is something. Even to this day, I never know what to expect. Just from something crazy.
Okay, well tell them about them hobos we get. And that one man that was over there, and he went in TT. He pulled his pants down, and you had a fit.
whip him with that broom?
Tell her what you said, Michael. Everybody think Michael's so shy.
Michael's
a gangster.
I ain't gonna say
you ain't got to say everything,
but he come over there like being just disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Like all of them are over there.
He come over there and gonna use the bathroom right there in our little flower pot. And India called me out and was like, "Hey, Michael Sean, come here, look at this man, I go out there, he stayed standing over peeing in the thing. And so I go over there and knock on the door, bang on the window, whatever, and I'm like, "Hey, get out of here." And he's like, I said, "You better get on, with that broom." And then he went on in the parking lot over by King Supers talking crazy, whatever, still talking. But we see so much, and you got to be so careful because mental health is real now. I see that all the time. And we see so many mental health people over there by where we're at, just walking and wondering, and I pray for them. That's why I don't try to mess with them because I don't know what they got plotting or what they trying to do. And, we just got to pray for them and still love them, but at the same time, you just got to be careful and just pray for those that are going through a lot because it's real out here now. And I think with COVID, it really changed a lot of people's attitudes, vibes, just being stuck in the house for that almost 2 years and not being able to really get out and do what you want to do. They felt trapped, and now all the frustration and anger is really starting to come out more and more. And with it getting hot, that has something to do with it too. And as soon as it get hot, people want to start acting crazy. Look at the young man or the man that got killed yesterday by the police out of Green Valley. So you just got to be careful. Just got to be careful.
Was he meant to pull the gun or something?
They don't know what actually happened.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But I do need to say, because these homeless people sometimes they get on my nerve. And I have to say this, I've been 65 years, I've been around, you go to the bathroom, if you had to go wherever. I have never seen somebody go up aside a brick wall. They go at a brick wall and stand up, and when you come doodle, it's all down the wall. Who does that? I mean, usually they go in a bush or something like that, but when you go, I get fighting, man, and that there will make me.
And it's always about a job.
Always over there. We got that trash can and all that stuff, and you go back there, and they just, I mean, man, really? That's nasty.
That is.
So, so I just.
But that's why probably everybody's blocking the bathrooms now. Because if you go to certain places, restaurants and stuff, you got to have a code, or they like no public bathrooms available because of that nasty kind of stuff like that. They don't know what them people going in the bathroom.
We see everything on there on code.
Every day. We don't know what to expect. Every day is something.
So we just have to just keep praying and pray over everything. But God is good. I thank God for the business and what He is doing. I thank God for you being part of the team. I never would have thought. I mean, Michael, I be sometimes thinking before he really got in the biz, I'd be like, you trying to call me, he don't answer the phone, I have to threaten him. You know, he's an only child, and I threatened him. And he would avoid the phone. He won't answer.
She pop up at my house.
No, I leave a message. I say, you got
Yeah,
30 minutes to answer that door, or I'm coming in OG East Side, and I'm kicking the door in. I promise you. Because when kids never say what your kids won't do, you don't know. And Michael he been up all night and sleepy and didn't want to answer the phone, and I go in there, Negro, you don't want to go right now.
Yeah.
And so, but he's gotten better. He's not sleepy.
I do what I gotta do. I do what I gotta do. But I can tell you that's another thing. Going back to working for your parents, like when I worked at the bank and the hotel, you had sick days. You could get a sick day. You can call
Stop lying, boy. Here you go. He lying again.
No, I'm telling y'all the truth. You can get a sick day. You know, you call in. I'm a skip work right now. Working for your parents in the funeral business, ain't no skipping no days. Ain't no calling in. I ain't lying. And everybody that's watching this that work for the funeral home can attest. I can't even leave the parking lot and get in front of King Supers before my phone's getting ring. Like, where you at? Where you going? I need you to come back and do it.
You know why? Because you tip out. You wait till
I got
I'm
to. That's the only way I can get away.
You wait till I'm sitting. You wait till I'm sitting with a family, and then next thing I'll say, "Where am I?" Oh, he just went out his head. He got back. I said, "You dirty dog, where you at now? Where you gonna tip out?"
That's the only way it's gonna work.
Well, I'll be calling.
If I stick around and wait for you, I'll never be able to go home. I'll never be able to get out nowhere. Like this. So I do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
But I still love you. We still get along. I still do what I gotta do. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Well, you didn't talk about, what about Michael Taylor? Like, I'm the one that's always on your nerves. You got everything.
Well, Dad usually just calls me, like, on certain situations. Well, he always done have my back since the beginning. Ever since back in the day, I could get stuff from him that I couldn't get from you. So he's cool. But you'll call 1 o'clock in the morning just thinking about something that we could talk about later on the following morning or something. And you call in and talking about, hey, I was thinking that family that came in yesterday, they were supposed to bring some stuff. Did they bring it? Mom, do you know what time it is? And then you thinking that, so you up at 1 o'clock in the morning just thinking about somebody that was supposed to brought something in 2 days ago.
You got a lot of nerve. Talk about how time I can call you at 3 o'clock and you still up.
But I ain't trying to talk about funeral work.
I'm watching it. If
I'm watching a movie or I'm chilling.
Okay. And you sit up there and be sitting up there, you up at 3 o'clock. Mom, what you doing?
But why you calling at 3
And then your big mouth dog, Winston, the little cedar chunky.
That's your grandbaby.
And then you sit up and you will have that TV so loud. Even when we have services. At the service, I said, Michael, turn it up. 4K here. But you at home chilling. What you be doing at home? Michael chilling. Because you can't, the TV so loud you think you're at the theater.
That's because you got a speaker in the TV. The TV don't be loud like that.
Whatever.
It can't be no louder.
This is the life of a mother and son at the funeral. It gets on my nerves now, for real.
Just feelings mutual. That's what I be saying. That's how I be feeling. Mom, you worse than I be telling you all the time. Mom, you worse.
No, go and say you worse than as hell. Go on and say it, Mom. You are worse than as hell. Hell ain't because I done seen the one that be cussing like a fool. Now this is calm.
No, because you got church people.
You got church people.
Show
all your tattoos. Why don't you represent? Get that tamarine. I'm blessed. Woo! I'm blessed. Woo! I'm blessed. Oh, my legs. I'm blessed. So stop lying.
No, I want to be respectful for the church people. Because, church people nowadays, they always got something to say. And they be like, he was on there talking this and that. I don't know. So, yeah, but I mean, you you worse. Somebody ain't got to say it. You just want to hear me say, you worse.
I'm not worse.
Poor Ashley, my married. We couldn't even go out to eat last week in the restaurant. You got her trying to edit something from your previous show, and I said, Mom, you can't wait to do.
Oh,
you said no. Mary wanted me to. She wanted to look at it with. I said, Mom,
she did.
She said, no, I did. But I mean, I know you though. You probably did. Go on and see if you could edit this one. Check that out. Look on. Wait, hold on. Look at this. Ashley, see if you can get that little blur out that thing right there. Paul, see if the light. I know how you operate because that's how you do us at the funeral home. So I commend the podcast crew for y'all's dedication and work and being able to deal with my mom. She's a lot of work. She is a lot of work. I love her. Like I said
I'm a
before,
perfectionist.
I know she's a Virgo for sure. But man, I know some Well, I guess all Virgos like that. I'm a Taurus, so I'm totally different. But man, I commend y'all for this.
Oh, shut up like I'm in that band. What about you? Your tail.
Yeah, but Mom, you
I'm what? Go on and tell it.
worse.
Why you said you gonna bring it real? Bring it real.
Yeah, I did. I just told you.
You ain't brought nothing real. You been lying.
No, I ain't. I've been telling the
Yes,
truth.
you have. You been lying. Okay.
Everybody-
What's your mother? What?
Everybody that's watching this, the crew, I need y'all to tune in, and hopefully y'all can comment whatever. But if y'all know what I'm talking about and y'all agree, just comment on the end of the post and let it know. Say, Mike Sean, you right, or just give a thumbs up. You ain't gotta say you right, cause y'all know. We love you dearly, Mom, but you.
That's all right, Nick. No.
See, there you go. See, I ain't like you. I'm being respectful. You ready to call us out of name? Yeah. Oh.
Cause you lying, I can't take it. You ought to be shaming yourself.
I'm telling the truth.
You just be lying, and then all quiet and yes, and then he'll still would make the arrangements and stuff. Oh, he's so calm. Yes, hi, how are you? Yeah, bless you. Okay, then what do you need?
And my arrangement be about an hour and a half.
Mine be an
Mom
hour.
get an arrangement, she be in there 3-4 hours.
You ought to stop.
She got to sing a song, she got to give her story out, she got to tell the text, she got to do all this to make, and by the time, and I'm like, Mom, you really gonna sit here and make them watch your Facebook? Yeah, they all right, they all right. These people gotta go. No, they just look at this real quick. Look, and this is the funny part right here. Look at this, look. That was what I did.
They be wanting to see it. You
Yeah,
be thinking.
yeah, some people probably do. But some people got to go because you be making us watch and we got work. We got to try to finish.
I'll make you watch that because you see it when I do Facebook.
Look at this little reel right here that I've had. Look at this on Instagram that I've seen.
You got a lot of them because you play all kinds of dog reels. Anything with dogs.
But I be in my office when I be asleep or eating. I'll be trying to watch them during that time when I get a little break in. Because I don't get no break. When I do get a break.
You gotta stop lying.
No, I don't get no break.
You a sneak
I go out the parking lot, and before I could get to King's Soup, before I can even get to Ace Check, that's just down the block.
It's not me though. It be the
It be
other crew looking for you. Don't just put it on me.
Well,
everybody. That's what happens when you're the manager. When you're the manager, they count on you.
Well, Lord, you got to help me.
You ain't got to help me. Y'all stop lying. Don't
I
be
need
calling
to-
on
I just
Jesus.
need- I just
So
need
you
to
just
get
lying.
employed
They know
in.
you ain't got to call no Jesus, honey. And you call on other stuff about Jesus while you talking.
No, but still, I need him to help me.
What?
I just need his favor. I just need his blessings and keep showing favor and blessing me to keep doing what I'm doing and just hanging in there.
I've been on one cruise, and I'm gonna tell y'all, he telling the tale.
No.
I've been on one cruise. Me and Michael went to Alaska. Had it to go on a week. And I have to say that be careful when you go on cruises. I need to tell this testify. Oh, you ready? Oh, you going to the big call. Michael had the two balconies. I don't like water. I'm scared of water. So we went. It was our 15th anniversary. And it was a little bittersweet because my mother had died in May. And then we already had a pre-scheduled trip. Went there. It was nice. But you in this little room. You have to remember that. On these cabins. And you come in and you're trying to rest. And I was tripping because I was looking out one night at the ocean. And I seen whales chasing the seals. I went to holler. Them poor little seals, they trying to get away. The whales will swallow them and toss them out. I just went to holler. I said, I can't do this. So between that and going on and in this room for almost 6 days, I said, I could not wait to get off that ship. I said, because one of us was going to toss the other off the boat. It was that if you go with a boat and let me tell you this, you go on a cruise and you got a room, you better make sure there's enough room. You better make sure, because, honey, you in this little bitty thing and looking out the ocean, you're scared, it's dark, it's black. You think about them ocean movies where people and sharks and stuff come up and biting folk and snatching up. I was tripping. But what I want to say is, I said that to say, I've been on one cruise. You've been on how many?
Well, I was just been on 2.
Stop lying, Mama.
I've
You
only
done been
been
on
on 2.
What? Which one?
I went in 2020.
You always
and
with
then I
your
went in
auntie, with your
23.
on your
No,
dad's
that wasn't
side.
a cruise though. That was just like traveling like Miami and stuff. But actual cruise, I only been on 2, 2020 and 2023. But that goes back to what I said in the beginning. When I ain't at work, I just be trying to live life and enjoy it. And I started living life on the cruise and in the sun and
Well, I've been on
dressing
one
like
cruise.
this. Yeah, that's the good life.
Ooh, you can't say
That's the
my
good
God,
life.
Jesus.
I mean, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Good life, am I right? Okay.
But yeah. But you done been on a lot of trips too, though.
I'm talking about y'all. You go on cruises,
Oh, I
so
just
you
went on two.
and he said, "Oh Lord," and when he get ready to go, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Woo, I'm gone. He be all just shouting. He ready to go. You won't be able to reach me until I call you. Can't call me on the water.
That's gonna be
I'm
about
go-
2 weeks when I go to the
Oh,
DR.
tell him where you going.
Dominican Republic.
Whatever. So he be sitting up there shouting, Lord, Lord Jesus, I'm gone. I'm gone, Jesus, I'm gone. Lying and making up songs. I am not that bad. Y'all stop lying.
Well,
What?
okay. Until you admit it, it's gonna keep being the same thing. Until you accept it. So,
How about the ones where they think they can do it and I give y'all an opportunity? Or you can handle it. I say, y'all handle it.
oh yeah, we do.
No, you don't.
We do.
Sometimes it's
No,
crazy as hell. When I come to
No.
that stuff, it's
Oh no,
sideways.
you ought to stop. You ought to quit.
Oh, you know what to do. Stop lying. You just trying
No,
to say.
no, but I'm talking about, okay,
Oh,
well,
it's all right. We can do it.
but okay.
Yeah.
So then when y'all go out of town, we like, okay, we got it. Okay, we leaving. We'll call y'all. I say, okay, yeah, call us if something going on. Before y'all even get to the airport, y'all done called the funeral home like, hey, well, this is you, because Dad won't call. He'll tell you what to say when he calls. He said, hey, what's going on? And we like, nothing, we just finished. Okay, we about to board the plane. And we'll call y'all. Let us know if something going on. Okay,
That's a mama.
okay.
I need to know. I need to tell y'all.
So then,
I'm
before
married.
you even
We
get,
mamas.
okay, before you on the airplane, you saying y'all, whatever, y'all at the airport, before y'all take, okay, hey, what's going on? We about to take off. We gonna call y'all. We gonna call y'all when we land. Okay, you just said that. Okay, that's fine. Ain't too much happened since the time you got to the airport and you getting on the airplane. But I mean, like I said, y'all just gotta trust us. And I think we've been doing it long enough. I know I have, where I feel like y'all can travel more. Y'all can enjoy life and do what I'm trying to do, just having fun and doing, without having to worry about the job, knowing that it's good. Now, if the building burned down and I call, hey, Mom, Dad, the building's burning down, then that's when y'all should worry. But if I ain't calling whatever, y'all know it's good. We got y'all. We ain't gonna do nothing without y'all's approval or nothing to
No, you do stuff. You're our manager. You go on. You talk to my. Sometimes I
Well,
don't
yeah.
want to hear.
Well, sometimes I do make the decision. I'm like, well, I'll just suffer the consequences after. Because sometimes I'm in that jam. I got to do what I got to do to make it happen. But I never would go over y'all's head or try to be disrespectful, or whatever. So I just want y'all to know that everything when y'all gone, whatever, it's in good hands. We got y'all. It's under control. That's what you didn't raise me or have me in this building, this field, this industry so long, not to be to learn something. If I don't know nothing by now, then it's time for me to step away from this. But I feel like I know enough, and you taught me enough to be able to maintain and carry on the work.
Well, you all, I ain't tripping.
She tired of me lying, so she ready to cut it. So
I ain't
we done
ready to
did the
cut.
hour. I think.
How much time we have, baby?
We should be done.
Oh, it's almost done. Keep
7.
talking some more. Tell one more story.
Oh, no,
I have an hour. Go ahead.
You tell the story. I'm trying to think. I don't remember. Well, the story I said, you said it wasn't funny, but it was funny to me.
Go on, tell it.
The lady, we had a funeral. Okay, so we used to have a location down on Ogden Street, where I said I used to go as a little boy hanging out. I just used to love to go up there.
The old Pitkin Mortuary.
It was just always cracking for whatever reason. And I really wasn't into looking at the bodies and trying to see how they worked then. I was just up there for like the fun because they be clowning and cracking jokes and this and that. Well, anyway, we had a funeral down there a couple years ago, and that's why everybody shouldn't have remarks at funerals. I think you should have people. You should designate who you want to speak and just don't do that 2-minute remarks because somebody gonna get up there and say something or sing something out of the ordinary. Well, anyway, we had a little service and the lady got up there. They said, we calling for the 2-minute remarks. And she get up there and I'm up in the balcony and I'm recording because I just want to give, a few little Snapchat videos, whatever. So I'm recording. Lady gets up there and she said, yeah, I get on to God today, da-da-da-da-da, and I just want to thank God for my friend. I had to come show love for my friend. She's like, y'all know I ain't talked to my friend since the day she died. And I said, she ain't talked to her since the day she died. I don't think nobody done talked to her since the day she died. But I mean, that just goes to show you. That's why everybody should get up there and have remarks. Then we be getting people up there, they be singing these off-the-wall songs and don't be knowing the word. Everybody wants to sing Take Me to the King and be mixing up the words left and right, don't know. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We just...
No, okay, so let me tell you this. We're going to wind down. Going in these churches, I need to explain why I wear wigs. Okay. In the winter,
No, the weather, the heat.
I'll be fine. That's fine. But you go in some of these churches, they have no heat. You get your hair done, oh, it's beautiful. You go in there, them people get to shouting and hollering. Ain't no air. You doing like it. Whoo, it's hot. When you go, you come out there, your head, you looking like ceiling because the heat has cooked your head. And even if you're in the rain, get wet. Unless you sure enough have some beautiful hair, you can forget it. You're looking crazy. So when I say I don't need a rain hat, I don't need nothing. But we've been to a couple of churches I remember years ago. My mother was still alive. And some of these churches in the summer, they got flies. They got gnats, mosquitoes. You in the church, you supposed to be, yeah, Lord. And all of a sudden, hey, yeah, Lord. Ooh, gee. Yeah, Lord. You about to die today, just Lord Jesus. And we was in church one day, and my mother was alive, and Nathaniel was there. Nathaniel can remember. Them gnats was flying. They was tearing Nathaniel up. My mama was holding on to Jesus. She was in there cussing. This don't make no sense. So gnats is tearing me up. He's slapping and turning redder and redder from being bit. And my mother's like, Lord Jesus. And then we been where flies are there. And I've been in houses where roaches was dropping. I'm telling you, this funeral business is no joke. We used to go to houses all the time. Some of those houses is a shame before God. I remember one time I was there. But I was talking about Reverend Jules Miles, the late Reverend Miles. He was there at the house, and he in there, bless his heart, he done rolled up his sleeves. He in there washing dishes. And I said, if I'd have seen him in here in the middle of war with these roaches, she would die. I'm sitting up there writing, and roaches is dropping off the ceiling. I was too through. We've had where I went in there, and they said, oh, sister, I wasn't telling you, but Sister Lee, I need to come on in. But we got snakes. Okay, scared of snakes. Then I had another lady where she said, the man, he said, come on in, Sister Lee. He said, I want to let you know we got little mice running around here. But I know you going to run. You don't even like any kind of rodent. And it was a man, he said, if one roll across your foot, don't be afraid. I said, really? I don't go in the houses no more. I had one house, and these people need to be careful when you're going in these houses. Yes. Men are in there looking crazy. People are setting up. I had a death call. We used to go, Mark, going over there to the house. We go over there, and I went to one house on 22nd and Emerson. I'll never get that man sit up there. He big old black thing. He had no shirt on, nothing to try to come on in. You got me twisted. Mark will be back to see you. So you have to be careful because you don't know when you're going in these houses. When people setting up and been following you and watching you, I know I'm going to get her. I'm going to forget Facebook. Let me call and tell it's a funeral. I need a death call.
Remember real quick before we end, remember that house that we went to? It was over there in Park Hill. The man we was doing his wife actually. He was a little old cool man, whatever, wore glasses, little short man. He lived over there in Park Hill, like I said, on like Oneida or somewhere. Anyway, we went in his house and he done smoked so many cigarettes. He got all the burnt holes in the carpet. He like yeah. My wife, and the ash is just dropping, and mom looking, and she's sitting up here. I'm like, dang, what the? But like you said, that's why I'm so glad we don't do house visits no more because you don't know how these people are living now.
It's dangerous. Get you in there, and then you can't. Yeah. Just like in real estate, people you don't know. People in another place, and that's what we used to do. Even in Caldwell, even at Pipkin, we would always go with a death call. But these people now are mental, and they looking at you, and you sure is a pretty thing. And then what?
And some of them don't even have an actual address now.
Yeah, you go over there and they in the vacant lot and they gonna tag you, take you in the bush somewhere because they done lied to tell you that they got a death one on. It be on the cracker baby. So I'm real cautious, and people always sitting up and thinking they're slick and all that. Well, y'all, it's been a real talk. Mike's trying to get on my nerves. See, after this, he still got to deal with me tomorrow because you just fair got on it like y'all be shaming yourself. Some of it was true, and some of it. Negro, you got to deal with
I told the truth.
Oh, you ain't told nothing. You lying.
Now may the grace of God.
Oh, shut up.
Okay, I'm telling you.
Whatever.
I told the truth.
People lie and say, I put that on God. Lying. God gonna go you straight to hell.
God knows.
Okay,
God
people
knows.
sit up there all the time. I put that on God.
God knows.
I put that on
He
God.
He know I'm telling the truth.
Eastside, I put that on God, boy. I put that. I ain't lying. You know good and well you lying. You ought to be God. Won't you say, if I'm lying, God gonna strike me down right now. As soon as you hear thunderstorm, you be ready to go and hide.
I ain't lying.
So okay. Well, anyway, love you, baby. Thank you. I love you so much. Oh, you won't be back on no more. But okay, the God is saying I don't care, like my mother used to say. I don't care. So no, you did good. We knew it was gonna be real, but that's who we are.
Yeah.
Taylor, all in seriously, we bring her wind down, and Mary's over there looking at me crazy. She give me a time, so we get ready to wind it down. But I do want to say real talk. Taylor Funeral Home, we take care of you. We give our best. Our families, we pour out. Y'all don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes I get to acting a fool when things ain't done. It's on and cracking up in Colfax and Chambers. But all in all, we love each other, we pray, and we're here. And so we have fun, and all my families, I'm just real. They be laughing and everything else. Because I think when you're planning and you're rejoicing, you're thinking about the good life of that person. You're thinking about how they lived, and we don't have to go, yes, I'm the owner of the funeral home, and I'm here to make arrangements with you. I don't even get down. I'm so down to earth. But it's about making you feel good about what you're getting ready to do for your loved one. We tailor to your every need. So we're about ready to shut down. We love everyone. Thank you, Michael, again for coming.
Thank you for having me.
It was awesome, and I have some really top guests that are going to be coming on. I have a lot of different ones. And so I'm excited. We're getting ready. We're on Spotify, and it's just a little bit. You guess I learned because last week I was looking crazy as hell. I was in my face, looking at my hair. I had my little piggly coming up. I was just stressed. But God is I've learned patience is virtue. And so I thank God for my team. They said this is not going to happen anymore. So we're ready. So again, you all have a good evening. And we thank you for coming on, Michael Deshawn.
And then one thing before you, next time can you just have some tequila or something? Some wine cooler or something?
I thought you said the church people gonna be living. How you gonna be talking about drinking tequila
I
now?
mean some.
Look at it. He being free now.
Apple
Go
juice,
tell
orange
him.
juice.
You lying. You talking about tequila and vodka and everything. Do your Sunday school now while you're talking. Tell on that.
I mean orange juice, apple juice. Love y'all.
Okay. Until we talk. Good evening, you all. Thank you for being with me. Real Talk with Lequita Taylor now. Good night. Good night.